Hello and welcome to the New Year 2025. Today I will start a small video series where I will show you my investment portfolio. I will update the portfolio every month. You can watch the portfolio on the attached link whenever you want on Digran's website. My long-term vision is to contribute $500 or more to the portfolio monthly and to try to use that money to buy assets that will make the portfolio more valuable. Purchasing will be done both by DCA and possibly by buying when I assess that the asset seems well priced by the market. This portfolio will hopefully help me save enough for my retirement, and I have a long 20 years of investing ahead of me. I will be buying ETFs focused on stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies, and of course, individual stock titles. And just like that, at the beginning of the month, I'll buy 4 different ETFs, 4 dividend stocks, and 1 growth stock for my portfolio. The first purchase is an ETF, the best-known S&P 500 index from Vanguard, an accumulation ETF of the most famous U.S. index. I'll try for one buy a month. I don't think this ETF needs any introduction, and most of us are familiar with it. For me, it has the advantage of a low report fee of 0.07%. The second ETF will again be Vanguard's V60A. This ETF is again accumulation-based and targets a large portfolio of more than 14,000 companies and fixed income bonds. The fee on this ETF is also an acceptable 0.25% for me. The third ETF is again an accumulation Vanguard, namely VWCE. That is an ETF focused on the entire world and roughly 30,600 companies. The fee on this ETF is an acceptable 0.22. The fourth ETF for now is an accumulation ETN focused on Bitcoin. I have chosen for now the ETN from VanEck in the form of VBTC. However, this ETN has a relatively large report fee, a full 1. Therefore, I will look for other Bitcoin ETFs available to Europeans and with some lower fee. For now, I am hesitating over XXBT from Xtracker Galaxy, where they have a 0.35% fee for the accumulation ETCC, which is already a relatively acceptable fee value. We have bought ETFs, and that brings us to the second part of the portfolio where I will buy individual dividend titles. The first one will be Coca-Cola, a stock that has been growing for a long time and has a stable dividend. Coca-Cola is currently one of the few companies whose price is acceptable to me and is not overvalued by the market. For my calculations, where I lean most towards the DCF calculation, Coca-Cola strikes me as an interesting fundamental for a portfolio in today's overvalued market. Therefore, I will initially buy Coca-Cola stock almost every month in the form of DCA, just as I will buy a given quartet of ETFs in the same DCA form. Coca-Cola will be my diversification into daily consumer products, and maybe in the future I'll add competitor Pepsi to my portfolio. The other stock is the pharmaceutical company Pfizer. This stock also strikes me as fairly priced by the market, and I am happy with the current results of this company according to their report. Pfizer will be my mainstay in diversification in the pharmaceutical sector, which can grow a lot in the future. The company's debt is high, but I believe it will not be a problem in the long run. The third company to buy is the highly controversial Medical Properties Trust, a company very well known to dividend investors with a high dividend paid every month. REIT focuses on medical facilities, which it leases to large medical services customers. I'm taking this stock as a possible upside play on the Fed's interest rate cuts. Therefore, I will only put a small portion of my portfolio in this stock that will not threaten its stability, and it may well pay an interesting dividend for further purchases and portfolio expansion. Fourth company this month, and again healthcare, America's largest private health insurer, United Health Group. This insurer has recently suffered a tragedy in the form of the murder of its CEO. But as the largest U.S. insurer, it makes sense to me as a diversification into this sector in the U.S. I will acquire this stock in fractions given its price. So this month, I will buy 0.1 of this UHN stock. And the last stock in my portfolio this January 2025 will be a very familiar Berkshire Hathaway stock. Probably the most talked about diversified holding company in the world that has managed to outperform the S&P 500 for a long time. The name Warren Buffett probably needs no introduction. But this stock is also relatively expensive, even its B variant. Therefore, I will only take a fraction of 0.1 shares of this stock. For this month, this will be the first growth stock in my portfolio. And we are at the end. I've already entered the purchases into the Digran app, where you can publicly view the portfolio The link to the portfolio is in the video description. And I look forward to your viewing, subscribing, or liking this in future videos dedicated to my retirement portfolio. The videos will go out irregularly, based on asset purchases and time to process into the video. You can support me by sending a donation through the Bitcoin Lightning Network. The Lightning Network QR code is on the screen and the Lightning Network Donate in the video caption. I wish you all a good year in 2025, and I hope we all see the same or better investment returns as in 2024. See you in the next video.